Hi, loves. Welcome to a new episode of AW Confidential. Today, I am joined by actress Rama Montakhabi, best known for her role as Peaches in the hit series BMF, and now appearing in the Daughters of Dolemite. Rama's path into Hollywood is anything but typical. She holds a Doctor of Philosophy, and today we are talking identity, breaking molds, and protecting your sense of self in an industry that is built on image. Hi, Rama. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm looking at you and you're absolutely stunning.
Thank you. So are you.
Oh, well, thank you. So I want to start at the beginning because this is what really just it blew me away as a woman. I was like, yes, this holds power and we need to bring it up. So you hold a Doctor of Philosophy
In humanities.
and Humanities. Woof, love
Yes.
it. Now
Thank you.
that's not something that people immediately associate with action roles or entertainment. Do you feel that that dual identity as a scholar and performer gives you an advantage in how you approach your work?
I do feel it gives me an advantage. I received this honorary doctorate for the platform that I received from being an actress, and I use that to use it towards the community and women's empowerment movements and career days for the kids. And I'm starting a nonprofit organization that I'm still working to get up and running called Creato Rama, which is a platform for kids to be able to kind of tap into their creativity at an early age. So all of those things combined, helps me to receive that honorary doctorate. So yes, I'm
I
very
love
grateful for it.
that. Amazing. Now,
Thank you.
what has this part of your journey or this chapter taught you about human behavior um or just the the world that actually has helped you as an actor, um as actor, entertainer, just being a creative. How has
Right.
that helped?
I think for me, it helps in so many different ways. Um, this industry is a very cutthroat industry. So you have to have tough skin, and just being able to read the room and to kind of understand people, not necessarily what they're saying, but what their intent behind what they're saying. So, just being able to kind of decipher and being, not so young and not so naive as I once was, it kind of helps to navigate through Hollywood.
Wow. Now so you've stepped into this film universe that carries cultural history and it does carry weight. When you take on a role that's connected to such a legacy, do you feel a responsibility to honor that history while you also have to make the character be your own? How do you balance that legacy versus personal voice?
I think as an actor, so important to bring whatever character that you're, placed in to bring it to life as best as you can. I was just so honored that Foster took a chance with me and gave me this opportunity to be Jade in this film. When it was presented to me, I didn't really know the magnitude of it. But now, after seeing all the people that I worked with on set and the magic that we made happen, like it's incredible. So I feel like as an actress, yes, you want to bring the best and also just be able to carry on that legacy as best as you can.
What was your biggest challenge in this role as Jade?
Um, I wouldn't even say it was challenging. It was more so exciting for me because I'm an active person. Like when I was growing up, I would do like obstacle courses and I was very physical, but I didn't really get to play that in a character until I played Jade, where I'm beating up on Dolomite, throwing him over couches, dragging him out. Like it was amazing for me to be able to like boss up, and just play that on screen.
I love that. Now,
Thank you.
Hollywood is, the industry has very specific expectations about who fits where. Did you ever feel like you fit into this mold that's expected of you in Hollywood? Or are you sort of that? woman that goes against the grain and you just are who you are, and how have you navigated it? Because it's hard. It is hard.
No, it absolutely is. And they're always going to challenge you and try you and see what you're comfortable doing. And you really just have to stick to your guns and whatever you are comfortable with, whenever you're comfortable with it. For instance, like in BMF, they wanted me to be nude, and I said no on multiple occasions. So it's like, you just have to stay true to you. And at the
And
end of the day, everything is going to work out the way it's supposed to.
manage those expectations, right?
Absolutely. I didn't want to be put in a box. I didn't want to just come out exposing myself in one of the, first times a lot of people are being introduced to me. I just didn't want that. It's not to say that I'll never do it. Like, I think that that's part of acting as well, just doing it tastefully and stuff. But I just didn't want that to be the first thing that people saw.
Well, kudos to you for holding
Thank
your
you.
ground.
Thank you.
Has there been a moment in during your journey so far when you questioned whether this path is for you or not? I
Absolutely
be
not.
Really.
Never. I've wanted to do this since I was 4 years old.
It's one of the things that it's not a struggle, it's not a challenge, but being a creative as a whole, whether you're a musician, an actor, a podcaster, a creator, you have days where you kind of question everything. I know I have days where I want to quit. I'm like, I'm done. But it's something that is bigger than me. It's something that it's a calling for me. So no matter how hard it gets, I'm able to wake up the next day and say, you know what? I have a little more. So
Yeah.
you've never had that moment?
No, I mean, it's not easy being in this
No.
industry. It doesn't pay as well in the beginning. It's moments of, you've got to find something else to do because it doesn't financially pay the bills as you would think initially. You know what I mean? And even people who are more established actors, the way the industry works right now is just it's crazy. So yes, there's definitely been times where I'm like, oh my God, like what am I gonna do? Like I don't have any projects coming up and I don't have any money coming in. So it's like you do have to have
Auditions
other things.
dwindle.
Yeah, auditions starting to
Yeah.
dwindle. I mean, mind you, like when my career started to take off, my very first lead speaking role was in March 2020.
No.
And we already know what happened then. Okay. So I had a pandemic setback, and then I got my career taken off, like with BMF and everything. And then what happened next? We had a strike. So it was literally back to back hits. And it's just, the Hollywood is kind of just picking itself back up. So it's
Yeah.
just now coming back to getting work and being, busy again. So, I mean, you just got to roll with the punches and know which type of industry you're in because otherwise you will get chewed up and spit out so quick.
So when you have, because I try to talk about the human behind the character, behind all the filters. So what is that drive for you that keeps you going? You mentioned that you've been wanting this since you were four.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
is that what keeps you going? Did you have this dream where, you sort of thought about, okay, this is what I want to do. And no matter, come hell or high water, I'm just going to keep going. Like, what drives you?
I think for me, it's knowing that this is something that I will do for the rest of my life. Like I've always said, I will be that 90-year-old woman in Titanic. Like I'm gonna rock this till the wheels fall off because it's like not everybody gets the opportunity to live out their dreams. I don't
Yeah.
take it for granted. I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful for how far I've come, on my own. A lot of the things that I booked without an agent or a manager. So it's like I am a different,
What?
thank you. I'm a different beast out here. So I'm never gonna give up. It might not be roses and butterflies and rainbows all the time, but I feel like, God built me differently a little bit. I've gone through a lot of things. And another thing that drives me is I lost both of my parents right before I started to take acting seriously. So
I'm
they
sorry.
were, I'm gonna cry.
I lost my
They,
mom 3 years ago, so
I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah.
I'm still trying to I'm still trying to figure some stuff out.
And I'm sorry to say, but like I'm 9 years in. My mom's 9 year was March 13th. I'm still about to cry. Like it never gets better. So unfortunately, um, I used that pain and I used that trauma to move forward, you know?
Thanks for sharing. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it's okay.
Thanks for sharing that.
I'm sorry for your loss too.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So actors step into all these different identities, and I can tell that you know who you are and you know what you want, and I love that.
Thank you.
Now, throughout their careers, they just have played different roles. In an industry where performance and persona can blur, what part of yourself do you actively protect? Because I know for me, truth is everything because I was raised in an environment where there were a lot of lies. So
Hmm.
now as an adult, for me, I protect my truth. I will speak my truth no matter what. So in an industry that is always looking to make you or mold you into something, what do you protect more than anything?
My realness. I think that's why people gravitate towards me and people, you know, they I don't want to curse, but
I don't care. Oh, I don't
oh,
care.
okay.
We're
Well, that's
all
why they fuck
adults.
with me is because I keep it real. And I was even just having a conversation with my boy earlier today. He's like, "You have no filter." Like, and I've been
I
working on
love
it
that.
because in this industry, you kind of got to learn to shut your mouth sometimes. But yeah, I am very blunt. I'm very open to saying how I feel. And, I give people a disclaimer in the beginning. I'm like, please don't take any offense to the things that I say or anything like that, because I can come across a bit aggressive at times, but it's just because I'm passionate.
But if you
I'm
had pants on, if you were a man, trust me, that wouldn't be the case. So
I already know.
you
I
be
already
you,
know.
and there's a time and place for everything.
Yeah.
But, it's all about keeping it real. I love that. Rama, I love ending every episode with a truth bomb closer. So my question for you is, if there's one misconception about women who are both powerful and thoughtful, women who refuse to fit into just one box, what's the truth people need to understand? And I feel like that sort of describes you.
Thank you. I think the misconception would have to be that, um, we're not soft because I am an M&M. Yes, I do have a very hard shell. I do come off cross aggressive and I'm very bold and blunt. But deep down, I am such a softie. I have a big heart. Like I could cry at any second. Like I cry on the commercials on TV. It's like I'm really, really soft on the inside. It just takes, the right people to get to that point with me. But yeah, don't think that we're all just hardcore and don't have feelings because we're really soft on the inside.
We're all human, girl. We're all human.
Absolutely.
Rama, thank you so much. Can you share with us how we can find you, learn more about you?
Absolutely. On well, social media, Instagram, Dr. Rama June. And my TikTok is Rama June. But yeah, I do have my film coming out. We're screening it tomorrow and on Wednesday at Look Theater in Glendale. So if anybody or any of your listeners are in the California area and want to come by, tickets are on sale. And
But when does it officially get released?
it'll be officially released in theaters over the summer.
Okay.
And then it'll go to streaming. So we're just waiting on the final dates of all that stuff, and then I'll share it with you as soon as I have that information.
Amazing. Well, thank you for sharing it here.
Of course.
The Daughters of Dolemite introduces a new chapter in a bold cinematic legacy. But today's conversation reminds us that every role is a human story shaped by identity, perspective, and the courage to bring your full self into every space you enter. If you enjoyed this episode, please follow, share, and until next time, keep seeking truth. Thank you, loves.